Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and Tim Hankewich returns.
Man, I just got off the cot here. You had my room ready. I've been here ever since.
Yeah. Tim's in the bunkhouse.
Yeah,
out back where we all are in between all of our shows.
Yeah, I look forward to running water next year.
Holiday spectacular.
Yeah.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season that everybody loves and everybody loves to hate. And the only reason is because we put too much pressure on ourselves. I think people are just up in a frenzy to get their shopping and all that done.
Shopping, cooking, where is everybody going to stay?
Right.
Yeah, we got to get the guest room ready.
But that's where we come in. Because I love the holidays, even though it's a very busy time for all performing arts organizations, and especially the orchestra right now. But I love the holidays, just not only because of its tradition, but because it also allows families to take time off of that hustle and bustle and actually start enjoying the moment rather than rushing to the moment. And so that's what Holiday Spectacular is all about.
And of course, you were working on programming this in the summer.
Yeah.
When it was hotter than blazes.
Yeah, I know. That is one of my traditions because for holiday music, for orchestra, it's surprisingly difficult to find arrangements out there that do justice to a symphony orchestra that are not proprietary. If you buy or if you listen to recordings with the Boston Pops and they sound great, but you can't get those arrangements, they own those, and that's what makes the Boston Pops and others. And so what I do, my hobby during the summer, is writing Christmas arrangements. And you got it! There's several of them on this particular program that I wrote, both for me and for our guest artist, Ben Gulley. And in many ways, this is an Iowa signature concert because Paul Clark wrote an arrangement for us as well. Peter Blesch, who lives in Iowa City, who also has worked in Hollywood as a film scorer, we're doing some of his work as well. So it's very Iowan, very unique to what we're doing, music that you won't hear anywhere else.
When we talked about Nutcracker a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the challenges of keeping a piece fresh.
Right.
Same situation here, but a different way because the program changes every year.
Right.
But you have to balance what people are expecting versus what you want to give them that's fresh.
Right.
You want to give the orchestra something unique and new and fun to do as well.
The format remains the same. The music changes. And so a lot of people say, are you doing the same thing this year? And no. Musically, we're not. It's completely different. For those of you who came last year, our guest artist was the Iowa Women's Jazz Orchestra. And that just sizzled the place down. That was one of the most high-octane performances that we did. This particular performance and this concert is going to be a little bit more traditional, but it has the same cast of characters. So we have a huge choir up there. The Discovery Chorus is going to be performing. We have a bell choir. Julia Sakharova, our concertmaster, we're going to be featuring her. She's going to play a movement out of Vivaldi's Winter. And this is going to be a much more serious, liturgical program. A lot of the times in the past, I've tried to balance a little bit of the sacred and the secular. This one's going to be pretty much serious all the way through. More traditional Christmas.
And this will be one of the first times we've had a chance to feature Julia, because she's still fairly new to the orchestra, had been leading the orchestra as the concertmaster for a while, but we haven't had a chance to hear her play by herself very much.
A lot of exciting changes are going on in Orchestra Iowa, artistically and administratively, and we just recently hired Julia, and she's making that very slow transition from her life in St. Louis to here. And you're right, we haven't really been able to showcase and brag about her, and so this is a perfect way to hear, man, she is just lights out great.
She is. Yeah, that was a great get.
Yeah, for sure. And to play, and how appropriate to play a piece called Winter. And it just gives a little air of sophistication to the program, allows you to musically be introduced to her. But listen, some of the other stuff, I'm not sure many of our people in your listening audience might know Ben Gulley. He, a tenor who performed with us last year, and people have seen him around on the street every once in a while.
He's performed with the orchestra before. He came for the Community Concert Association at least once or twice.
Married to Jessica Mallow, local girl.
Used to work for the orchestra.
She's now executive director of the Kalamazoo Symphony. And he gets around, and he's got a very successful international opera career. And so we're bringing him back. And so in many ways, the arrangements that I wrote for him is an Olympic event. Can he sing higher? We'll see on the next piece. Can he sing higher? We will see on the next piece. And of course he can. But I mean, gorgeous pieces like Oh Holy Night. By the way, I've avoided programming that piece over the years because that high last B flat can be painful if you don't have the right singer. It'll be glorious with Ben, as well as the Lord's Prayer and some other great Ave Maria, Dolce Maria. break out your Andrea Bocelli and Pavarotti Christmas albums, and that's kind of the flavor you're going to get for this concert.
That's right. Listen to that.
Then you can compare.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, hear it live and you'll love it. Yeah.
Oh, Holy Night.
Yeah.
Now, is this the first time you've tackled that as an arranger?
It is the first time, yes. But at the same time, like I said earlier, I've avoided it because you got to make sure you've got the singer that can deliver the goods. Nothing is more disappointing than that when they belt out that last high note and it's like a swing and a miss. You know,
it's like listening to an oldies band play Spinning Wheel.
Right. It's close, but no cigar.
If you can't hit that last high trumpet note in the solo, it's not happening.
Yeah. So that's why we hired Ben, not only just because he's a great guy and a great artist, but he's also one of the world's leading tenors, and he's got a great connection to us.
A lot of moving parts in this concert as well. You mentioned 2 separate choirs plus the bell choir.
Right. Yeah.
So one of the biggest times we'll have some of the most people on stage that we have during the year.
We've been stressing out about this concert for at least a month and a half. We've been at every production meeting, regardless of what's going on that particular week, we do dedicate some time on Holiday Spectacular how to get people in and out. You try and keep track of 70 kids being dropped off and going from building to building and on and off stage without losing anyone. And I'm pleased to say we have a 99% success rate. It's that 1% that we agonize over. And so as an audience member, when everything moves smoothly and organically, and that was no big deal, you have no idea. We've been sweating bullets over this for months just to make it look like, no big deal.
It's the duck, serene and unhurried on the top, paddling like
for
mad.
Life underneath. Yep, absolutely.
So you mentioned "O Holy Night" as being a special highlight. What's another moment that you're especially proud of?
Of course, we're unleashing the mighty Wurlitzer. That's going to be a major component of this program. And that's also the selections that I chose, is to make sure that we can use the Wurlitzer to its full potential. And so there aren't too many arrangements out there for symphony orchestra and organ. So yours truly had to make that happen. But we are ending with a sing-along of Joy to the World that has this we've done this a couple times in the past, but it's a tour de force for the organ as well. I expect to hear a very joyful noise coming out of the Wurlitzer and the audience, and enough to make your chest vibrate.
Being able to break out the mighty Wurlitzer, that's worth the price of admission right there. That is so much fun.
And I'm so glad one of the benefits, sadly again, of the flood was the renovation of the Wurlitzer, where we could move that organ anywhere on stage. And so as a result, since its restoration, the orchestra has been able to utilize it a lot more than we ever could have before. And so it really is, it's not just a museum piece now, it's an actual family member of the orchestra.
Yeah, so don't be confused when it doesn't pop up in its little place there at the stage.
Oh, but you'll see it. It'll be embedded in the chorus, in the back and center.
It's the Holiday Spectacular, 3 chances to see it, a rare Friday night.
A rare Friday night,
performance.
Yes. Yeah, again, scheduling is often very difficult, and it all depends on where Thanksgiving lies. Because this is fairly late, and we're pushing right up on Christmas now.
Yeah, it literally is the last 3 days before Christmas.
Right, and because Thanksgiving was so late, that just pushed everything up, and that's why we're so late. But I also think that's also our advantage, because now it's time to slow down, everybody, come to a concert with the family, enjoy it, get into it's not that you're not in the Christmas spirit, but it's time to rev down just a little bit and let the heart fill up. And this is what this program is designed to do.
Take time to enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely.
December 20th through the 22nd, all at the Paramount Theater.
Beautiful. We'll see you there. Bring the whole family. You're going to love it.
And tickets at your website, which is?
orchestraiowa.org. or artsiowa.com.
Tim, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Get some sleep after this is over, and look forward to talking about the back half of the season after the first of the year.
Oh, let's not even go there yet. Let's just enjoy the moment.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.